Hey YouTube, Malzahar TCG here. Today I wanted to talk about the GGEZ Teemo. There's a couple things going on that I'm not sure a lot of people are aware about, and there could be some important information if you're a fan of this card and don't currently have one yet. But first, I want to start with this GGEZ Teemo PSA 10 that's for sale. And take a look. Do you see anything wrong with this card? I'll give you a second. Take a look at the card. I do not think this is a PSA 10. I think PSA 10 has messed up by grading this a 10. Here they say pop count 3. Personally, the GGEZ Teemo that I pulled, I was not going to submit it to grading because I don't think it was worthy of a 10. But if you look at this, my card looks exactly like this right here. And if you look at this, let's look at the left hand centering on the left side here. You see how narrow that is between the edge? Quite a bit wider on the right side. And I don't think that would be within the parameters of, what is it, a 55, 45. And you can really notice this on the back of the card better. See here on this side, on the left side, the right side is more narrow. Left side, quite a bit wider. The top and the bottom centering, I mean, seems pretty close. Maybe the top is a little smaller, but I think this is noticeable enough to warrant it not being a 10, so I'm pretty surprised PSA gave this a 10. Okay, so here's my copy of the GGEZ Teemo, and I'm trying to do this with one hand while holding the camera, but you can see that noticeably this right side is a lot wider of a gap than the left side over here. Very similar to the PSA 10 image that we saw for sale. The top and the bottom, I think that's about how it's supposed to be, and I think the edges are pretty clean. I mean, you could make an argument a little bit on their bottom, but that might be within the realm of possibility for PSA 10s. But the left, this is why I wasn't going to grade it. The left side here, possibly that little scuff right there, left side is way too wide compared to the right side. But I do think this looks very similar to that other PSA 10. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe that's a signal or a sign, hey, early grade your Riftbound cards, even if they're a little off-centered, maybe PSA is going to be generous with them. But, I mean, that's going to be a pretty big price difference, $4,000 when this card is selling for, what, $300 to $400. And if we look at the TCG player chart, they don't have the picture here, but have you noticed something in the last day or so, last 2 days, how many of these have sold? There were virtually no more than 13 selling in a single few days until just the last few days. We have 22 items sold. Can anybody guess why that is? Well, my theory is it's because the Nexus Night packs for Spiritforged have been announced and there's no GGEZ Teemo anywhere in sight. So there's a possibility that this card right here may not be getting any more reprints. The supply that's out there right now, and that is in the Nexus Night packs, that might be the final supply for this. So this could end up being a very rare and valuable card going forward in the future. Luckily for this guy, he was able to get a PSA 10 on a card that I don't believe is deserving, so I guess congrats to them. But pretty interesting, I thought. And what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is a PSA 10? Am I crazy? Is this within the centering parameters here? Let me know what you guys think. So the other thing that I thought was interesting, this chart right here kind of makes it seem like there's a little bit of a mini buyout going for the GGEZ Teemos. This was one card that I thought was very susceptible to this. And we haven't seen too much of that in Riftbound right now, but this might be the start of it, buying up these GGEZ Teemos. If we look at, the recent sales here on eBay, we have December 22nd, quite a few on December 22nd. And December 21st, December 20th. The price was getting a little bit lower. They were at $300 to $400 the further you go back. Now they're dipping down to $300 still. I guess they are still at 300. But when I look for how many are for sale right now, I don't see very many in the raw form. I see 2, this one and this one right here, both with bids over $365. This one has $330, and I cannot find another one for sale. Okay. Oh, no, this is a Chinese one. Yeah, there's not another English GGEZ. Okay, we have a $400 one right here. Interesting. But it does seem like this card is becoming more rare, and there might be some people trying to buy these out right now, especially if you can get a PSA 10 and sell it for $4,000. That is a huge increase over these. Obviously, the sale hasn't gone through. Yeah, so I couldn't find any confirmed sales officially yet, but this one from PSA as the seller, this one's going to be interesting to see. I would probably follow this. I think it has, what, about 2 days left on it? And if you look at the centering on this one, I mean, it's still a little wider on the right, but it is a lot closer. Let's take a look at the back. And like I said, in the back, I feel like you can see it better. It looks like it's got the same thing here. This one's a little bit more even. I think this one probably falls within it. It's close, but yeah, so I do think that these cards are going to be very likely to go up in value next year in 2026. If we do not see any in the Nexus Night packs, which it is looking like we are not, if you're somebody who really wants this card, I think unless you can find Nexus Night packs and open those and pull it, if you just want to buy the single card and don't have to gamble on getting it in a pack, I would probably do it sooner rather than later. Okay, so the one other thing I wanted to touch on here is the other card that was surprisingly not shown yet in the Nexus Night packs going forward that some people thought might make it. I know they're going to reprint Proving Grounds, but they thought that they would also put it in the Spiritforged Nexus Night packs, is Flash. I think this one's a little bit less rare and valuable, obviously, than the GGEZ Teemo. But as far as, like, it's going to become an Improving Grounds too, once they can eventually finally get more out there. But you can see a noticeable uptick, 70 sales, and then a little bit of a price spike right now. So people are trying to bet on this going up in price by a little bit. Personally, I wouldn't really be chasing this one. But yeah, this is the other card that has been, kind of talked about in the same realm of the GGEZ Teemo not being reprinted. So I thought that was interesting. Let me know what you guys think. Is this kind of crazy to see these cards continuing to still go up? I think in the case of the GGEZ Teemo, that is easily one of the nicest artworks, one of the coolest looking Teemo cards. I think it's the best looking Teemo card, to be honest. The BM of the GGEZ in the background, while the Flash, where's the Flash? I would not be paying these prices for Flash. So let me know what you guys think below, and thanks for watching.